Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Online Safety Amendment in Australia, aka the social media ban for those who are under 16. It was passed in 2024, and this December it's going to be going into effect. Now, recently, the final details of this ban were made public, and what basically comes out of all of it was put very well by this headline right here. Only the social media companies themselves know for sure how the ban is going to work. The Australian government has basically left it up to every social media platform, whether it's Facebook, Discord, Instagram, or YouTube. Each one is going to have to put its own measures in place to verify if a user is over 16 and restrict those who are under 16. Now, putting aside the whole discussion of should minors be banned from social media in the first place, if similar laws like the Online Safety Act that recently went into effect in the UK is anything to judge by, then what adults can expect in Australia is very likely to be banned and restricted from content that they should be able to access. In the United States, YouTube recently started checking and verifying users' age, and there are many reports just like this one where an adult was restricted from content, but his 15-year-old nephew wasn't. On top of that, if you're not comfortable with the idea of having to give out identifying information to every social media platform out there, then you're not alone. These identity checks open up the doors for a potentially massive data leak. In many cases, it's third-party companies like Persona are going to be collecting a ton of information about users, and very often it's sensitive information and the kind of thing that you wouldn't want to be breached and leaked out over the internet. Now, users in the UK already figured out a few months ago that the best way around these kinds of bans is going to be by getting something called a VPN. A VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It looks like this. This one over here is ExpressVPN. This one is called Proton VPN. And what they're going to do is primarily two things. Firstly, they're going to make it seem as if you're somewhere else in the world when you're using the internet, regardless of where you're physically located. So for example, right here in ExpressVPN, I'm connected up to New York. And that means that even if I was physically in Australia, when I go to the internet, it would seem as if I'm in the United States. So automatically, I wouldn't have to deal with the Australian social media ban because the websites that I visit, the social media platforms, are going to think that I'm in the US. On top of that, a VPN also makes your connection more secure. So if you're worried about your personal information leaking out over the internet, being hacked, going to the government or to any corporation, as long as you're using a good secure VPN, then you don't have to worry about it. So what is a good secure VPN? Well, these two right here are going to be, in my opinion, your best options. If you're not looking to pay any money, then go with the Proton VPN free plan. There are a lot of free VPNs out there, but besides for the fact that many of them just don't work very well, what a lot of them do in order to actually make money is take your personal information, your browsing activity, and then they sell that to third parties and advertisers, and that's how they make a profit. Proton VPN, on the other hand, does the exact opposite. They do not keep or store any personal information about you. So even if a government, let's say, would come and ask them for it, they literally wouldn't have it. It just doesn't exist. On top of that, a lot of free VPNs have a data cap. There's a certain limit to the amount of data that you can use. Sometimes it'll be 10 gigabytes of data. Some are even just 2 gigabytes of data. But with Proton VPN, you actually have an unlimited amount of data. That being said, because it is a free VPN, there are some restrictions. Namely, you're only going to be able to connect to 5 different countries. You're not going to be able to use it for streaming or torrenting, which is another really useful way that you can use a VPN. You can get access to content on sites like Netflix or Disney Plus, which aren't available wherever you're physically located. You're also only going to be able to put it on one device per account, and the speeds are also not going to be that great because the fastest connections are going to be reserved for paying customers. So if you're just looking to get around the social media ban and you're just using a VPN once in a while, then the Proton free VPN is probably your best bet. But if you expect to use a VPN consistently and you want the best possible speed and connections, then I would definitely recommend upgrading to a paid VPN. And when it comes to the paid VPNs, in my opinion, ExpressVPN is the best out there. You can connect to 105 different countries. The speeds are the fastest of pretty much any VPN that I've tested. The connections are stable and their security is top notch. They've also done audits to ensure that they're not keeping any personal information on their own servers. And if you're a beginner, it's super easy to just get started. All it is go into this location bar, find a location over here, pick one and get connected up, and that's all there is to it. Either one of these is a great pick. If you want to find out more about them, I'll have full in-depth reviews in the description. I'll also have discount links there to save you some extra money if you do want to purchase a subscription to one of them. Either way you go, you won't have to worry about Australia's social media ban or many other similar bans that a lot of countries out there are considering right now. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you have any other questions or points you want me to clarify, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to make another video addressing them. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next one.